and welcome to another episode of Speaking Into the Abyss. I'm your host, Jess, and that's your other host.
Des.
Hey, Des.
Hi, Jess.
Today, I guess I'll start us off. I watched a documentary about a 9/11 survivor, but it turns out she was lying. And it was really interesting. It's like an hour long. It's on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. But I am going to talk about it now. So if you do plan on watching it, just know I'm spoiling a lot. But it's kind of one of those like obvious things. I mean, how else do you lie about being in 9/11 other than just lying?
Yeah.
So basically, it's this woman. She's Spanish. And she is in the documentary too, like they interviewed her and stuff because she's part of the 9/11 survivors group who would go visit every year and pay memorial and like do tours around the thing and be like, this is where the towers were, this is like, whatever. And everyone who was her friend, she even had a best friend who was also a survivor of 9/11, who was like, I can't live without her. Like, she's my rock. I love her so much. And everything she's been through just reminds me like God does exist and like the strength and all this other stuff, right? Because she went through some harrowing stuff. And in her story, she says she was in one of the towers and her husband is in the other tower. And she sees the first tower, which is his tower, get hit. And she starts counting from the top because she knows what floor he's on. And realizes he's in one of the floors that definitely got hit. So she's freaking out, but then her tower's hit, right? And she says the next thing she knows, her body's engulfed in flames. Her arm is barely attached. And when this guy comes with the red bandana, he's like he puts out the fire. He covers her and like takes out the fire and then tries to pull her out of the debris. But she's like,
he rips her arm off?
No, but she was afraid that it was going to rip her arm off is her story. She was like, it was barely attached. I thought it was going to rip off, like whatever. And so I started screaming in pain. But she also notes all the dead bodies around her, like the horrific, like people crying, people screaming, burnt flesh, like all this crazy stuff. And then she goes on to say, she basically got out of there. She didn't see the red bandana guy again because he went to go help other people. And she leaves. She basically gets out, whatever. She survives, right? She gets a fireman helped her out and like took her to the hospital, whatever. And her husband never made it out of his tower and like he died. So everyone's like, well, like, she's such a victim, of course, and she's still staying strong and she's doing all this activism work for these other survivors and stuff like that. Well, her best friend and her obviously hang out a lot during these things, and she allegedly starts doing this type of therapy where it's really it's for like really traumatizing stuff, but it's kind of difficult because it's one of those things where in the session you record yourself talking about your trauma and then you have to listen to it over and over and over again so you can desensitize to it, right? Well, she starts doing that and she also starts doing it in front of her friend. And her friend is like, I start having nightmares about this, like, because I can just hear her story over and over again. And it's horrific, of course. Like, it was horrific then for me, and it was horrific then for her. And so I can't do it anymore. She's like, I started having nightmares. I can't sleep at night. So she tells her friend, like, hey, I love you so much. And, like, I want you to feel better. And if this is what helps you feel better, like, sure, but I can't be around anymore while you listen to it. And she tells her, you're so selfish. My trauma's more traumatic than yours. Like, how could you do this to me? I just need support, yada, yada, yada. Whatever, right? And then they're also talking to these other people who are also in the 9/11 survivors group. They're all survivors. And this one guy's like, when she would tell me the stories and stuff and like about her fiance or husband, whatever, it would always go back and forth. And he was like, I didn't want to question her. I didn't want to be like, are you lying? It's because it's like, especially at that time, like, you're not gonna
blame the victim.
And be like, you're lying, you know what I mean? And you have no proof or something. He's like, but then one day it just really got to me and I started looking it up and her husband did exist, but there's no mention of her in any of the articles. He was an Ivy League guy. He was in that other building.
She was on that floor. Building though?
I'll get to it. He was on that floor that got hit that she said that he was on. All that stuff, that all existed. The guy in the red bandana also existed. He did help save a lot of lives and died in the building. So he didn't get out, but his family knows because so many of the people he saved recognize him in the red bandana. And came forward with their stories about how this guy helped save them and stuff. And so his family is like, so happy that their son gave his life to save all these people and all this stuff. So when they hear her talking about it, they want to meet her because they're like, we just want to meet somebody else that our son helped save,
Yeah.
And she just gets super like, no, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk about it. It's just traumatic. It's hard to talk to their families about this because then they start getting mad at you is what she said. She said because like when you talk about the traumatic shit that happened, they start reliving it themselves and like what their son probably went through, and it makes them upset.
So she's like kind of projecting like this is how I would feel, so they would feel
I guess so. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
So then, but the guy who finds that out that, all these articles mention that guy doesn't mention her at all, like having a girlfriend, having a fiance, not even a wife. He never says anything because he's like, I still just don't feel comfortable at this point saying anything. Yeah. Plus, she had this like thing about turning on people. It was like weird because like they have this big group. It's all volunteer work. But they also have like a leader of the volunteer group to help organize stuff. And the guy who was doing it, who they also talked to, everyone really liked him. But he was also so, I don't know, like smart. He was just very smart and like, I don't know, he could figure shit out, I guess. And so I guess she felt threatened by him and somehow got everyone to think that he like lied about something or was like not being a nice guy or something. So they ended up voting him off and electing someone else, or electing her. And so the other guy who was like, I can't bring anything up because now I feel like if I do, she might have people turn on me. Yeah. And I need this group to help me. Like it just feels like a community that I need, right? Because again, this has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with money. No one's earning anything. Yeah. This is straight just trauma and resources and just community. And then there's another lady they talked to who says that she goes over to her house a lot, or her apartment, and she said she had a dog. And this is like so minuscule, but it just adds to everything. She said she had a dog, and she would go over there and be like, where's your dog? She really likes dogs. Yeah. And the girl was like, oh, she's being walked by like, I don't know, Patty or something.
Never there.
Dude, the dog is never there. And so she was like, and even at one point she was like, I mean, I was joking, but I went up to her and I was like, do you even have a dog? And the girl's like, yeah, of course I have a dog. She's just being walked right now. Like every time she was being walked.
Never said like, yeah.
And she was like, this is the most walked dog I've ever heard of in my life, but like whatever. So to answer your earlier question about if she was working in that building.
Yes.
She was nowhere near the buildings ever. She was in Spain when the buildings went down.
Oh my gosh.
She lived in Spain and then she came to America because something with her dad and her brother or something. Yeah. They were doing some fraud shit. Her dad was like a mayor or something and they were doing something fraudulent. So she was like, I'm not talking to them anymore. Moved to America. I guess I don't know if she found out like in America or like, right before she moved about the 9/11 stuff, but she just basically studied everything. And that's how she was able to say the guy in the red bandana. Okay. That guy was my husband. Because she knew that they were real people. Yeah. But they were also dead. So they couldn't like say no or yes to her allegations. And then they go on, they talk to a few other people. They talk to her best friend who's, like I said, was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, listen to it. I'm still here for you, but I can't listen to it. And she told her, like, my trauma's more greater than yours, whatever. And then she wouldn't talk to that guy's family, the red bandana guy. Nobody knew. And then basically it all comes to a head when a reporter from the New York Times is doing a story on 9/11 survivors. And because she has such a harrowing story and has been so involved, they want to do it on her. Okay. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll do the interview or whatever. But she keeps pushing it off. And then she says she's becoming overwhelmed because he's asking her all these crazy questions. And like, why is he asking me these questions? And then so her friends are like, hey dude, like leave her alone. Like, why are you harassing her? Like she's been through something traumatic and you're just like making her relive it, whatever. And he was like, why can't she just answer the questions? Yeah. And they're like, hey, leave her alone. But then they're like, hey, after this next memoriam or whatever, maybe it'll be easier for her. I think the feelings are just coming back up. Yes. Like just, give her some time. And he's like, just have her answer the questions. So then she's like freaking out still. She starts becoming really mean and whatever. Ultimately, the New York Times posts about her being a fucking liar. They find out like nothing is connected, nothing even makes sense. Her timeline doesn't make sense, but because nobody thought to question it, because who questioned a fucking survivor of that? They figured it out that she was lying. She wasn't even in the towers or near the towers when it happened. She was in Spain and all this stuff. She's outed. Everyone's like super hurt. Her best friend is literally like, even at the end of the documentary, like they show them at the memoriam, and then she's walking away with another lady who is in it, and she's like kind of sad. She's like, I kind of wish she was here just because like she was my rock for so long, you know?
Yeah.
And like that really was sad because she really like implemented herself in these people's lives just to be a liar. Like it was weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's crazy when you watch the documentary because it does show a lot of clips of her in the interviews being like going to the memoriam thing. And she's like, you know, when me and my husband met, it's because he stole my taxi or whatever. So she brings a taxi to every memoriam to like whatever. And it's like, dude, and it's crazy because she created this huge like life of lies and everyone just believed her. And almost to the point where she was believing herself, you know, and it's really weird. And so then, but dude, she never got arrested because she never earned any money. So technically what she did wasn't illegal.
Okay.
And no one's ever seen or heard from her since.
She probably went into witness protection.
I don't know, bro. I was like, that's really fucked up. It was a really interesting documentary though. I just watched it on a whim and then I was like, whoa, what? Like, because it is one of those things where I already know through traumatic events, there will always be at least one person who lies to say that they were there, that they survived. It's an empathy thing. Like they're trying to get empathy or they're trying to get attention. It's not about the money. It never is. But yeah, I guess she's lucky she didn't get any money or she would have been arrested.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a really interesting one. So like I said, it's on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it.
Yeah, I wonder like how old was she? Does it say?
I can't remember. It does say, but she was like during the documentary, she was definitely like in her 30s.
Okay. I wonder if like around that time, like just because it was so early and there wasn't like as many like laws or rules against like, because you know how back in the day people would just like do something crazy and then just like change their identity.
Yeah, sure.
She was like, yeah, I'm just gonna
fuck it.
You know, this is my 4th time doing this.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But they also talked to people in Spain too who knew her and her family a little bit. And they're like, you know, she was surrounded by all these girls and stuff. And she was always such a nice person.
Yeah.
And she did so much for our community that they were so shocked when they found out that she was doing all this stuff. But you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe she was really good at deceiving them first. Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's weird, yeah. People are interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of people, well, politicians are kind of like people.
Uh-huh. Kind of.
Did you see this article just came out March 27th? This woman in Georgia was jailed for a miscarriage. In Georgia, you know, it's not okay to have a miscarriage, apparently. Jesus. Even though 1 in 4 pregnancies do end up in a miscarriage.
Yeah.
This Georgia woman was arrested by local police after they found the woman unconscious and bleeding near her apartment, only to be charged with concealing the death of another person and abandonment of a dead body. Police recovered fetal remains in a nearby dumpster after receiving a tip from a witness who claimed to have seen the woman disposing of the fetal remains, which is crazy because the only reason someone would try to hide their miscarriage is because the fear of being jailed for these actions, which is like a miscarriage isn't something you can prevent. It just happens. It's not like if you do this one thing, you're guaranteed to not miscarry. That's a very common thing in pregnancies. It's just crazy that they charged her with all of that stuff. The coroner said that the baby had no signs of injury or trauma. The baby never took a breath, confirming that it was a natural miscarriage. And it had occurred at about 19 weeks. Yet the criminal charges against the 24-year-old remain the same.
Does it say how long she was pregnant before she had her miscarriage?
Let me see.
It's really interesting. Like, because if you look up Georgia's abortion laws, they even say like, it's not criminalized when you have an abortion, and there's no criminalization against the like, I guess removal of a ectopic or medical, or if it's rape or incest, as long as you report it to the police and whatever. But like, to have a miscarriage shouldn't even be considered a crime. It's crazy that they are trying to do this to this woman.
Yeah, there's nothing there, but I'm guessing if it
had to be past 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, I think if they're saying it happened at 19 weeks, she was probably at least 19 weeks pregnant.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I guess that's what they're saying. Yeah. Because, yeah, the thing is like 6 weeks. As long if they had a heartbeat, then they like.
Yeah, and if it never even took a breath, it was never.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was crazy to see.
Fucked up. Well, because I think Georgia is also the state where someone bled out to death because they were having an abortion, but the doctors didn't feel like they could help her because they were afraid of losing their medical licenses.
Yeah. Crazy.
Which is so fucked up. And she bled out to death. It's so horrible.
It really is. I always am grateful we do live where we do. Mm-hmm. But, you know, in this climate, you never know.
No, you don't.
You never know.
And it's like also illegal for people to cross state lines now to get abortions in most places. And places that have these stupid fucking laws. Yeah. It's like kind of like disgusting to me that like the only time you can get an abortion is if you reported it to the police that you were raped or whatever, knowing they're not going to do shit about it.
Yeah, and even in some states, that's not
enough.
Not enough. Yeah, you can't.
They still want you to go through with it. It's sick. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I feel so bad for these women who have to go through that. And also, like, the thing is, like, abortion does just happen. It does just happen, and like on accident, like medical abortions happen, and fucking stress will cause you to have a miscarriage, and that's considered an abortion if you go to the hospital and they have to take it out. Like, and then doctors don't want to do that because whatever, and then you just have like a dead fetus inside of you, and you're fucking rotting from the inside and like killing yourself. And even if it's a baby you really wanted, you could still get in trouble for it now. Sick. It's I don't know what they expect people to do. Women, I don't know what they expect women to do.
Yeah,
it's just so backwards.
It really is. On a brighter note, I saw your post.
Which one?
About Rick.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so in the past, like obviously my favorite podcasts are, I talk about them a lot, but Take Your Shoes Off from Rick Glassman is like my favorite comedy podcast. And then my favorite true crime podcast is Small Town Murder. Yes. And in the past, when Twitter was Twitter, I remember having a Twitter and like tagging Small Town Murder in something, and they responded to me, and I was like, this is so lit. Like, I can't believe my favorite podcasters responded to me. And now going to see Rick Glassman soon, I was like, let me make some stickers for him. Made the stickers. I included his dog Alvin and then his goblin mascot.
Yes.
And I posted it and I did tag him and I was like, do you guys think he'll like this? And he commented and said, these are good or something like that. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. I was like, I hope I can give him some. Like, I hope when I go see him, I get in there
that
early.
You have the opportunity to give him
at least hand him to him or something, I would love to get a photo with him. That'd be really cool. Because I also have met Bobby and Andrew from Bad Friends, and I got a photo with them. So it'd be really cool to get a photo with him too, because he is like my favorite comedy podcaster. I love him so much. So that'd be really cool. And I was just really glad that he even interacted with me in that way. Even if it's like whatever, being polite or whatever it is, it's like he really didn't have to. You know what I mean? I'm sure he gets tagged in a bunch of shit. So I'm glad he did. And I hope I did Alvin some justice. He's so cute. I love that dog. So yeah, and then I guess we could post that maybe on our page or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely on my art page. And if you guys want one, let me know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I was super lit about it too. I was like,
I know.
So
I'd like seen it because I had obviously seen your post about the stickers. And then like I like had looked and like I had to like double take it. I was like, oh wow, this is really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. It's always cool to get like the person you're doing it for to respond, I guess, like in some way.
Yeah, definitely like a fangirl moment.
Yeah, definitely. And see, the craziest thing is like I try not to have like these like what is it called? Like parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
Because like I am under the understanding we don't know each other.
Yes, yeah.
But it still was one
of
those.
But now you're closer.
Yeah,
you're
that's
closer.
true. That's true. Yeah. I'm about to give him a podcast sticker.
Yeah, be like, here's mine.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it's really cool.
That'd be awesome. Imagine his next podcast. He has the sticker on his water bottle. He's drinking.
I would fucking lose my mind. I think I'm gonna even try. I mean, it's kind of bold, but I think when I give him the stickers, if I can give him the stickers, I'd be like, it'd be cool if I could see it on something in one of the episodes, or if you could just say, "Hey, like a fan made this sticker" or something. Yeah. Because I would just love to be able to see that. I watch every episode. I listen to every episode. Like, I don't know.
Would love to collab with you.
Dude, yeah. If you want me to make some stickers for your store or whatever, let me know. Dude, that'd be lit.
And then he'll be like, oh, he's like, you podcast? So why didn't you and your co-host come on?
Dude. That'd be awesome. I'd literally freak out.
Dude, we're making moves.
We're flying.
We're going to be on Rick's. He's going to be on ours. We're getting that author.
Yeah.
We're making moves.
One day we'll have Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. But actually, speaking of Johnny Depp, funny enough, I don't know if it's true. It's all alleged, but Corey Feldman, who's an actor, who's a child actor and is grown up now. He makes music still. Apparently, he was best friends with Michael Jackson when he was a kid. So, he like has always kind of dressed like him and had that style. He like always really looked up to him. He was also unfortunately a victim of Charlie Sheen, like in the molestation way, and stuff like that with another Corey, Corey Haim. It's Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. They were both in Lost Boys. And then if you haven't seen that movie, Corey Feldman is in The Goonies. He's the guy with the glasses. He's also in Stand By Me. He's the guy in the glasses. He's also in Gremlins. He's the little boy. So I like him. I like his acting. I've always been a fan of him or whatever, and I believe what he said like all the time.
I was gonna say I've never even heard any allegations against Charlie Sheen. No.
Yeah, it's him. It's him and Corey Haim. They both, have said like, and Corey Haim died and he killed himself, I think, because of this stuff. He said it was too much for him. He was an adult when it happened, but Corey Feldman has always been very vocal about it. He even made a documentary about it, and he always gets pushed to the side, and people always try and call him crazy and stuff like that. But given everything we know about some of these Hollywood people, is it really that shocking to think?
Yeah.
I believe him, but whatever. So yeah, he believes Charlie Sheen, or he says Charlie Sheen did that, whatever. But he had said recently that he was supposed to be in the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
He was supposed to have Leonardo DiCaprio's role.
Oh, wow.
And he got hired, but Johnny Depp got hired after him for his role as Gilbert. And he whispered to the director, I don't work with tweakers. And claimed he was a tweaker. And then they fired him from the movie.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But at the time, he said he was getting sober. So it was one of those things, though. He was like, I don't know. I feel like if I would have got it, who knows where my life would have been,
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't blame him for, like, like if you fucked up after that or something, But I do think that would have been a different type of movie if he was in it, honestly. Like, he's a good actor. But Leonardo DiCaprio really fucking killed it in that movie. He killed that shit. So yeah, I don't know. But I just had recently read that, which is crazy because you know what else? You had sent me in the news of people in I guess the limelight and rumors and all this other stuff. We talked about Joe Gatto last episode. Wow. We're talking about, what's his fucking name?
Bill something. No. Bill, is it Bill?
It's Murr. His first name's Bill?
I don't know.
They always just refer to him as Murr, so I didn't know what his name was.
My mind wants to say Bill, but maybe I'm wrong.
Bill Murr? Are you thinking about Bill Burr?
No, I don't know.
That's a comedian.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Well, Murr from Impractical Jokers is in the headlines recently.
James
Murray. They call him Murr. And he's usually like the butt of the jokes or whatever. What is his allegations? He was talking to a 16-year-old or something, and there's the 16-year-old who's, I think, an adult now, was sharing the screenshots, and he was like messaging her every day. And some people are saying like, that
it's like a setup,
that she set him up, but then other people are like, well, why? Because they're like, he's just being nice, and it's like every day with a 16-year-old, like that is really weird, It's like, But also, for some reason, it's not as shocking that he did this. Is that crazy to say?
Like you would see him, like he gives off the vibes. A weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things. I just was like not as shocked to see it. I'm more shocked that it didn't happen earlier.
Okay.
You know, I'm shocked that it's happening like coming out now versus.
You're earlier. Like if someone would have told you a long time ago that there would be allegations, you would have automatically suspected him. You're like, Murr,
yeah. Like, yeah. And so it's just, but it is crazy that I wonder who, you know, all like, you know, because the other one, Sal Vulcano, he does comedy too. He does stand up and he's really cool. He like loves his family. He barely talks about them. He's not like one of those overtly, I love my wife, just like that try guy. But he's very private, but also he seems like a kind dude.
Yeah.
So it would be really the most shocking if he had allegations against him. But also at this point, that's half of the fucking original cast. There's only 4 dudes.
Yeah.
Who's to say Sal and Q aren't next, you know? And that would be really fucked up.
That'd be crazy, yeah.
But from what I understand, it is because in the allegations against Murr, Joe is mentioned.
Yeah.
And so it's like one of those things where I think that in the group of 4 people, you know, if you have a large group of friends or a bigger group of friends, not just one-on-one.
Yeah.
There is like, you know, the connectors that are more close to each other. You know what I mean? And I feel like Sal and Q were closer than Murr and like Sal or Q, you know what I'm saying? Like, and probably Joe and Murr were closer to each other than they were to the other 2 in the group. But they were all friends. Yes. But I feel like they had like, you know, that connection and maybe it was like young girls or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And who knows? Yeah. But this is all allegations. We're not here to say what's what, but we're just here to share the rumors, I guess.
Yes, share the rumors, yeah.
Yeah, that is nuts, honestly. I went on my break and I got this message from you. I was
I was like, dang, another one.
You know what's crazy too is my partner the same day he had woke up later, but he messaged me and said, I'm waking up to Murr allegations. I was like, dude, I came to my break with Murr allegations. This is crazy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Wild stuff, man.
Oh yeah. And then another thing was that freaking when I was hanging out at your house, your partner was on the couch and then was like, George Foreman died.
Yeah, just so like.
And then you and me were like, the grill guy?
Yeah. Grill guy? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know. But
that's
apparently,
how I know him.
Apparently he was a boxer or something? Some fighter or something?
Or
yeah, I don't know.
Sports player.
That's crazy because I literally didn't know that he did anything else.
And didn't you say he was an actor? Or
yeah,
I didn't know that about it.
I think I seen him in like a movie or 2 before.
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I literally only knew the grills.
The grill thing, yeah.
Like the infomercial ads and stuff of him. Like that's what I remember. But still, rest in peace.
Yes.
But that
yeah, he's in Tyson, Big George Foreman, The Greatest Foreman fighting movies. Facing Ali. I guess he's a Night at the Museum.
Maybe that's like one of the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he a wax figure or something?
I don't even know. But yeah, I guess he's in a bunch of fighting movies. But yeah, I knew.
Are they docs? Because like Fighting Ali sounds like a documentary. But it's like, because
Facing Ali? I don't know. I Am Ali.
Huh.
What's My Name? Muhammad Ali. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Soul Power. I don't know. I just knew he was an actor too, but
I did not know that. So it's interesting.
But I guess it makes sense if you're gonna act about stuff you do.
Yeah.
What if your partner was like, yeah, he's a fighter, but just because he's seen him in the movies,
that'd be so funny.
He was never a real fighter.
I have no idea. That's really interesting. I love Ali. I don't know why, but I whenever I hear anything about him, like in his history and stuff, he's just like the most badass person ever. So cool.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Even just like outside of the ring, he was a fucking badass. Like he's just cool.
Nice. I don't really know about fighters. I never was into like any wrestling or boxing.
Well, you know what? Who does a really good episode on Ali? Or on other people who fought Ali? Small Town Murder, but they do crime and sports. When they they have
you told me about it.
It's so good and very informing. The motherfucker would come to your house if he was gonna fight you outside the ring and be like, so what's up? And he's like so cool. I don't know, he was just very cool. But you speaking about this death reminded me of that actor we talked about in the past with his wife who also died and their dog died in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say it was updated. They did autopsies and stuff like that because some people thought it could have been like
foul play, right? Or
yeah, some people thought it was foul play. Some people, well, I thought it was foul play, and some people thought it was like maybe gas leak in the house or something. But no, I think the dog, because the dog was in its bed, I think he just died. I don't know what happened to the dog, if he was older or what. But she was dead. Oh, go ahead.
I say, imagine he just died of a broken heart because both of his
That's
parents
what I was thinking. Yeah. That'd be really sad.
Okay, but sorry, his wife?
His wife was dead actually before him. But and then he died of because he had Alzheimer's and something else. So they think that he just like died because she was taking care of him. So when she died, he couldn't do anything, and then he died.
That's so sad.
That is so sad, dude. That's hella fucking sad. So that would explain why she was dead like a week or something before he died. That's a long time to go without any care, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give an update on that because I didn't want to leave it on the like could be foul play and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. I started this show called The Righteous Gemstones. Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
It's on Max. And it is hilarious. It makes fun of the radical evangelicals, like the ones that have those giant, what are they called? Like, where they do the prayers and stuff, but they record them, they put them on TV and stuff, and they have like people flying across the roof and fucking fireworks and like all that stuff, but it's like
mega churches.
Yeah, the mega churches.
Yeah.
It makes fun of that stuff.
Okay.
And so it has Danny McBride. It has the guy from King and Queens, I think, I don't know his name.
Okay.
And then it has Adam Devine from Workaholics. It has some lady, I don't know, but it's about the family, the Gemstones. That's the last name, Gemstones.
Okay.
And they're called the Righteous Gemstones because they're all like pastors or preachers or whatever at these mega churches, and they own millions and millions of dollars. They show up to it opens up with them. The first episode is like an hour long, and it opens up with them in China doing a mass what is it called when you put them in the water? Baptism.
Baptism.
Yeah, a mass baptism, and they're trying to get like all these Chinese people to be baptized or whatever. So they have like a clock and it's called a 24-hour baptism. So anybody in those 24 hours can be baptized by them. And they have like rows and rows of people and they're in this big ass pool and they're just dunking people, whatever.
Yeah.
And they start fighting because like Adam Devine's character dunks somebody when they come up, they're like coughing because they got water in their nose. And he's like, see, you're dunking them wrong. You gotta like, da-da-da.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's really funny. And then it turns out they're in like a water park and the wave pool turns on and it fucking starts like going. It's so funny, dude.
That is hilarious.
It's hilarious. But like, I guess their mom's dead and their dad like is the main guy still.
Yeah.
And he's like getting more sad or bitter or whatever because she's passed and he just wants to like her dreams of the righteousness to be spread or whatever. And his kids are, you know, whatever. And then it turns out Danny McBride's character is being blackmailed by somebody because they have a video of him doing drugs and like,
oh my gosh,
prostitutes and stuff. So obviously he's not very righteous. And so they're like, you have to give us $1 million, but he's not in charge of the money.
Yeah.
And so he tries to get his brother, Adam Devine, to help him. But then his brother's like, maybe you shouldn't have been so debaucherous. And like, you know, whatever. And like, you're always telling me I should be better. But look at you. And they have these fake accents. It cracks me up. I love it so much. But anyway, their sister ends up helping them out. Whatever. That's like the first episode. Check it out. It gets really nuts from there. Like immediately at the end of the episode, there's death.
And what's it on?
Max.
Okay.
But anyway, it's supposed to be a
and what's it called again?
The Righteous Gemstones.
Okay.
But there's this hilarious scene, right?
Yeah.
The sister is engaged. And she's not supposed to be living with her fiance because obviously they're not married yet. Yes. So they're not supposed to be doing that stuff. Of course. But they're all having this like lunch together after church. And the dad's at the head of the table and she's sitting across from the Danny McBride and his wife. And the kids are at their own table.
Yeah.
And they start making fun of her husband or her fiance.
Okay.
And so she's like, Daddy, tell them to stop making fun of him. Like, da-da-da-da, right?
Yeah.
And he's ignoring them. And then she's like, oh, yeah, well, your wife, blah, 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 right? And then the fiance jumps in and he's like, you guys are so backwards. That's why we're going to move out of here. You know, women, you guys treat them like they're supposed to be seen and not heard and like da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then Danny McBride's wife goes to speak. She's like, look. And then she looks at him and goes, is it okay to speak? And he goes, yeah, it's fine. And then she's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like all this other stuff. It was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's I would say check it out. I'm only a couple episodes in, but it's really funny and it's pretty good so far.
Nice. I did just start. It's on Apple TV. I know you don't have it. It's called Dope Thief. It's based off of a book, I guess. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's these guys who pretend to be DEA agents. And they're like just robbing from like small little dealers. Like they go and steal their drugs and their money and then just like, you know, sell it to this one guy who redistributes or whatever. And they end up hitting this one house. And because this guy gets out of jail and he's like, we need another dude. Let's pick up a third. So pick up a third guy. He's like, oh, these houses, like this is easy. You should come out to where I live. Like easy hits, blah, 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 blah. So they go and they're stalking this one house and then they hit it. And like the other guy, he like, you see him like do a bump of something. And then he's like, all right, don't actually shoot this gun. We're not killing anyone, blah, blah, blah. Bang. Shots are fired. People are hit. I won't give out too much. There's only 4 episodes out, so I won't really spoil it. New episodes come out on Friday. If you guys have Apple TV, check it out. One of them is like they're searching for the money and drugs, whatever. And then the guy comes down and they're like, where's the body? Blah, blah, this whole thing. You gotta tune in. But the last episode is just, it gets so crazy so fast. And it's just this whole debacle. And I'm like, what?
Sounds crazy.
It's so good. I would say maybe you could come in and we could watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds good. Sounds hella fun.
Yeah. Oh, and also, PSA, One of Them Days is on Netflix now, you guys. Movie with SZA and Keke Palmer. I'm so excited. So you guys just watch it on Netflix if you have it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch it now that it's out on streaming services.
I know, it's like crazy.
Oh, speaking of movies, the Final Destination trailer came out for Bloodlines, which is the newest one, and it looks good. I mean, they all look kind of like in that aspect. You know what's going to happen. There's going to be some traumatic shit. But the teaser trailer I didn't watch till after the original trailer came out, or the full trailer came out.
Yeah. So I did see the teaser one, I believe.
Okay, so I was talking to my friend about the trailer, and because she really likes horror movies too. And we were talking about it, and she said something about a septum, and I was like, I don't remember that in the trailer. Yeah. And she was like, oh, it's in the other one. And I was like, okay, let me go watch it. And I watched it, and I was like,
I know. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, I'm never getting one of those.
I was like, bro, that looks like the craziest shit ever. So if you guys are into horror movies, if you're into the Final Destination franchise, definitely check it out because it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
I know. I haven't seen it. My friend did send me like a little like clip talking about it. And I was like, I almost don't want to watch it.
Why?
No, like the trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw the teaser and that's it.
I feel like
going blind.
I assume the trailer that we saw is the
official.
Well, it is the official, but I'm assuming like what we saw because we do see someone die.
Oh.
I assume that's like part of the apparition or like the vision. You know how every single movie has a vision. Yeah, and they stop the deaths from happening. Or it's one of the first deaths. Because in the teaser trailer, the guy does say, like, oh, yeah, my dad just died and they want me to close the shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the original trailer, the dad does die. So it's like one of those things where, I assume the dad. And it was really it just made me so anxious. Because, like, before they dropped the teaser trailer, they were showing the first clip of it, which is where someone breaks glass and they clean up the glass, but they miss one that's in the ice and they scoop it into a cup. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that is such a fear. Like, getting your throat sliced from the inside.
Yeah.
So
have I showed you I think I did, right? The TikToks that guy made, and he's like, Final Destination movies be like.
I feel like,
And then it's like this one random thing, and then it hits this thing, and then this thing falls.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine or whatever it's called, where it's like a fucking falling connection.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the Final Destination movies, and you know, there's this I would guess she's like a friend who I had showed all the movies too. And so when the trailer dropped, or before the trailer dropped, I messaged her. I said, hey, do you want to go watch this movie when it comes out? She's like, when does it come out? And I told her, I was like, oh, not for a few months. But now that the trailer's out, I sent her the trailer. She said it looks good. We should definitely go see it. So I'm excited to go see it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like a little watch party. We could all go or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I'm really excited. I love the Final Destination franchises. You know, it's so scary because like they do all the major things, right? Being on the freeway, a plane, a roller coasters,
yes,
NASCAR races, and now it's just like regular day, you know? It's like regular day death, and like that's fucking terrifying to me too. So I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be probably really gory and crazy.
Yes,
classic. Excited.
Very excited. Nice. Yeah, and well, you want to end it with let's do a little bit of gratefulness, and then we can end it with the word of the day.
Okay.
I was gonna say I was really grateful for this nice weather, and then like it was like, okay guys, it was getting like a little hot in town. I was like turning on my AC.
Yeah.
And then like the one day I go out and I'm like, dude, it's been so nice. I haven't needed a sweater. It's like raining. I'm in slides, and like right now it's like snowing a little bit.
Shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah, now it's like sunny, so it's probably dry now. I don't know.
Reno weather.
Yeah, crazy, but yeah, grateful for this. You know, the seasonal changes. The seasonal changes. Being alive and therapy. You know, classic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I missed my last 2 appointments, so because of other things.
Like, yeah, because you've been busy. Yeah,
but I'm gonna go this week, so I'm excited.
Nice. Woo.
I'm grateful for therapy. I'm grateful for my babies. I literally like. I'm grateful for having a car and getting back and forth to my job that I'm also grateful for.
Same.
Yeah. Grateful for true friendships that, you know, I don't ever have to question, like, are you on my side? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I hear about friendships that are just not what I'd want for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just really grateful that I can count on the friends that I do have to be true friends, and I can be a true friend to them. I'm grateful for my baby so much. Yeah, like, and my partner, literally just like the only things I want to come home to every day so badly. They give me just like so much hope for the end of the day of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
something to look forward to.
Yeah, like I'm so excited to get home and sleep and cuddle with my babies and see my partner and spend some time with him. And yeah, I'm grateful for therapy, but I'm also grateful for my medication. I've been doing so much better on it.
Good.
And, you know, my teeth are healing up, if anybody was curious.
We love to hear it.
Yeah, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for a lot of stuff. I'm grateful for my family. My sister's birthday's coming up, so
nice.
You know, but happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and I don't know, just I'm grateful for like being able to be here and see her grow up.
Yeah.
Know? So yeah. Grateful for a lot. Grateful for reading. Grateful for suggestions. I got a great suggestion on a book to read lately.
Nice.
And I was like, cool. So I have to go pick it up or something soon, but I thought I'm excited.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we didn't even ask each other. How's your week? It was good? Anything crazy? Anything worth mentioning? Like, obviously, everything's worth mentioning, but, you know, any key points that you'd like to share with everyone?
Not really. Other than I was really excited about the Final Destination trailer.
Yes.
I started that Righteous Gemstone show, and still watching Lost. I haven't finished it yet, but
yeah,
it's getting like kind of confusing. Which, you know, one of our friends did tell me it was gonna get kind of confusing.
Yeah, you get a little lost.
A little lost, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny because like ever since like that I started watching this specific season, dude, my feed on anything has been like people making jokes about Lost, which is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I love it. And then that game that I've been playing, that Coral Island game.
Yes. Did you finish?
No, it's so full of shit to do. It's like so cool. Yeah. I'm like so excited because I really did think I was gonna have to stop soon. I really thought, okay, I'm reaching the end.
You're like, no,
but it's so good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you?
That's awesome. Nothing crazy, just working and stuff. Definitely got to play some COD. Mm-hmm. And actually played a little bit of Fortnite with some friends. Fortnite. I haven't played in so long. I was like, what is even going on right now?
3 big booms. Boom, boom, boom.
You know, I actually, I was working and then your partner was like doing a great job. So I like messaged them on the little chat at work and I was like, hey, I can't remember exactly what I said. I think I was like, you're doing great. And I was like, you get 5 booms. And then hilarious. I sent a little gif of the guy going boom. And then he's like, not big booms. And I was like, my bad.
Just
my bad.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, not much. Really just work and a little bit of video games. Some sleep in between.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sleep's always good.
Yeah. But I guess we'll move over to the word of the day.
Okay.
The word of the day, penchant.
Penchant
refers to a strong liking for something or a strong tendency to behave in a certain way. It is usually used with for.
Yeah, he's a strong penchant for or a penchant for something.
Yeah, so their little example says, my penchant for mathematics helped me become an engineer. Yes, and we'll tab over to the slang column.
Hell yeah.
Their words they're watching today. Ride or die. Someone you would do anything for.
Hell yeah.
Bop is still there. It did move up on the little trending list. It's number 2 this week.
Oh, nice.
This day. Blep. B-L-E-P.
Blep.
A case of an animal stuck with, or...
Oh, the tongue.
With the tongue out, yeah. Part way out.
Yeah.
Mewing.
That's where you make that face?
A tongue technique performed to enhance one jaw and face. And then skibbity.
Oh my God, Skibbity's back.
A nonsense internet term connected to an absurdist YouTube show about evil toilet.
Yeah, Skibidi toilet.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at right now. That's just the top 5. I think I'll do the top 5 because, of course, you can scroll down and see more.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Skibidi Riz.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I did scroll down a little bit, and Black Heart and Blue Heart are also trending.
What's that?
Like the emojis.
The emojis? Why are they trending? It doesn't mean nothing specific. It's just Black Heart, Blue. That's cool because it's ours.
I know. That's why I brought it up. Cool. That's why I brought it up.
That's
cool. They both just said digital black colored heart, and then the other one says a digital blue colored heart, and then they both say usually expressing affection.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, feel grateful out there, friends. Take notice of the things around you, the things that get you from A to B. And your friends.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Have a great evening, day, and night. Bye.